guys, welcome back to We Watch Movie. I am Mike, and as promised, we are doing all of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre movies this time around. I immediately regret this decision. Milk was a bad choice. Jay made the right decision. He didn't want to do any of the sequels. He wants to do the remake when we get to that, so we'll do a live stream for that or video for it, one or the other. But I am stuck alone in this dumpster fire of garbage juice with some of these sequels. And look, this is Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. This is, by all accounts, supposed to be one of the better ones, and I've seen it before. And I went back and I watched, I didn't watch the whole review, but I just skimmied towards the end because I didn't want to color, my commentary here. I can't believe I gave this a 6.5 the first time we reviewed this film. I will get to my rating at the end of the video, but it's not a 6.5. Hey, oh, Leatherface here, yeah, I'm here to, oh, there goes my tie. Oh, shit. Goddamn child pickled peppers, fuck. Y'all know what's going on here, man. I just here to help review this piece of shit. Oh shit. But if you guys would, when you start to watch this video, don't forget to click the subscribe and the bell, because we're covering all the Batman movies and all the Texas Chainsaw Massacre movies leading up to their releases. So, and YouTube's not going to tell you if you don't click the bell. I mean, they may not even tell you if you do click the bell, so you should follow us on Twitter or whatever, but you get the idea. Give it an old fuck you, Charlie. Just a little ding-dang, ding-a-ling in the corner. Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. Now, this sequel only exists as a comedy because Tobe Hooper said that he was kind of upset that nobody seemed to get the humor in the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre, one of the scariest, grodiest films of all time. So he made this an overtly comedic film, and it takes you by surprise. If you go straight from Texas Chainsaw to this, you're like, what in the fuck's in my pudding, man? I shit in it. I shit in the pudding. And it starts out with two of the most annoying characters in the history of horror or film. I fucking mean it. These two kids are traveling to through Texas to the OU Texas football game, and they're calling this radio station and they're shooting signs, and they are two of the most annoying characters I've ever seen with my own two goddamn eyes. Move over Tina from Halloween 5. Move over Jada Pinkett Smith from Scream 2. I want to grab these two by their faces and tell them to cherish it. But what I mean by cherish it is I want to smack them in the mouth.
No, baby! We're on the road to Texas OU weekend in Dallas! You're on the road to nowhere! Put the horse, baby!
I don't know why they felt the need to make them this annoying. This guy in particular, every second, shut the fuck up! Just shut the fuck up! I want you to die. Not like the actor who plays you, but I want this person to die. If I was stuck in that car with this piece of shit, I would hit him in the face. I would smack him. I would throw myself off of a goddamn ravine into a pit of sharks with frickin' laser beams attached to their heads. I don't understand the purpose of making characters like that, okay? Yeah? Hey, Chop Top, and I know people like him and he gets quoted all the time. I think he's one of the most annoying characters I've ever seen also. Just the constant, the laughing and the screaming. It's like, okay, so the Sawyer family, when they had the scene at the dinner table in the first movie, right? The over-the-top, in-your-face shit was meant to be that way. It meant to be cringy and over-the-top because it was meant to scare you. It made you feel so uncomfortable, you were scary. But in this film, we're trying to make a comedy. And it seems like they took those same type of characters and gave them a fucking YouTube channel, and told them to just be entertaining. And it's just, I feel like the people who made this misunderstood why we liked the movie. That shit worked because it freaked us out. Now you're trotting these people out here as like entertainers and like giving them nonstop lines, and it's just shut the fuck up. I don't know. I can't stand them. I can't stand Chop Top, and I can't stand the guy in the beginning of this movie. And I'm sorry, I know a lot of people like Chop Top, but that's just how I feel. They're driving across the bridge, and finally the Sawyers fucking show up, and they're in the back of this truck, and Leatherface is wearing the hitchhiker's body in this awesome scene that just goes with the weird music that's playing, and he starts sawing at the top of the car, and when he finally kills this guy, oh, thank fuck, when he finally kills this guy, and he chops off his head, and Tom Savini did both the mask and the effects on this film, and when he chops his head in half and it starts gushing everywhere, that was one of the cool scenes in the movie, and that was one of the coolest kills. For sure. That was an awesome death scene. He dies, and then you find out that Lefty, played by Dennis Hopper. How the fuck did you all get Dennis Hopper in this movie?
He's one of them fancy political type cowboys, but he's got a chip on his shoulder. Potato chips sound pretty good right now. I might get me some Lay's. He'll get fucking crazy. He'll get crazy with the stick.
I don't know how, but I do know that he says that it's between this and Super Mario Bros. As the worst films that he's been a part of in his career, and rightfully so. He's one of the better parts of the film. It's a total gonzo performance from Dennis Hopper. He's an ex-Texas Ranger, and he's actually Sally Hardesty and Franklin Hardesty's uncle. So he wants revenge for what happened to Franklin. He has this awesome scene where he walks into a chainsaw store, and he doesn't speak. He just goes over and he lays his money on the table, and he starts being like, you know, he picks out his chainsaws. He gets 2 small ones to like wear as side pieces and 1 big one. And he's just being weird as fuck. He doesn't speak the entire scene. And then he goes outside and just starts going crazy on this tree. And it's funny as shit. It's one of the best scenes of the movie, and that's the greatness of Dennis Hopper right there. We also meet Stretch, who's a radio DJ that the 2 fucking assholes that I'd rather rub my dick in glass than ever hear speak again called into on their way to their deaths. And she recorded their deaths happening. Her name is Stretch in the movie, played by Caroline Williams, and her legs are just as much a star in the film as she is, and that's not a knock against her. Those are some of the most athletic, amazing legs I've ever seen in my entire life. Good for you. Leatherface liked them, I can tell you that.
Woo, buddy. I mean, I like to eat stuff more than I like to fuck it, but buddy, I'd fucking eat those things. You know what I mean? Oh, I'd lick him though. But listen.
So anyways, she has this tape of these kids dying. Lefty gets her to play the tape on the radio because he's trying to make Texas believe that there is a massacre happening to begin with. What's happening with the Sawyer family is kind of stupid as fuck. The cook is on the road, and he's got a food truck now, and he's serving, you know, human chili and shit like that. And he's literally winning a Texas-Oklahoma chili cook-off for the 2nd year in a row. They show that scene happening because what the fuck. And they're all living and hiding out in this abandoned amusement park that looks a little bit like the scene at the end of Birds of Prey mixed with a Ninja Turtles hideout. It's fucking stupid. Like, it's so dumb. Like, if you kick a hole in a wall, a bunch of blood and guts and like meat, like fresh meat body parts just roll out like it's the fucking Shining. Makes no sense whatsoever. Ever. None of it makes any fucking sense, Dad. Some of the ideas in this movie, it's like they gave that weird kid in 6th grade who used to pick on you like a crown and acid and told him to write a fucking movie.
Did y'all fucking win at the goddamn bingo or what? Like, how the fuck did you afford that place? I mean, the square footage on that shit is insane. Am I right? The parking alone must cost a fucking fortune. I'm down there in the dusty butt central fucking peeling goddamn skin off. These motherfuckers are at a bingo hall and they're winning and they ain't even telling me how much they fucking got. Next thing I know, we bought a fucking amusement park, a dried up butt crust fucking amusement park halfway into the goddamn ground. They're living like kings. I'm down there getting blood all over my dick all the time. Not like that. I just, sometimes I like to work naked.
So anyway, Stretch plays this tape on their radio, and Cook sends Leatherface and Chop Top to kill her. So this is where we're introduced to Chop Top, who is one of the brothers, and he walks in and he takes a metal hanger and he lights it and then scratches his decaying like flesh spots off the top of his head and then eats. Why the fuck are we spending our time watching these goddamn movies? Anyway, we watch Chop Top just go on and fucking on forever. Finally, and what's one of the better scenes of the film, it's actually a really good jump scare. It scared the shit tits out of me. There's a jump scare where Leatherface comes running out of this room full of records with a chainsaw towards Stretch, and it literally, I almost threw wine in my own face. It got me so good.
And maybe the new music's
And jump scares like that don't usually get me. I just didn't expect it here. I think that is an unheralded jump scare for sure. But he chases her back, and then her Cochise co-host is left with Chop Top, who recreates the entire scene of the hammer from the original movie. The guy even does like the leg jump around and stuff and keeps hitting him. And they do that a lot in this film. You'll notice as we go on, there's several scenes that are taken directly from the first movie and just redone. I actually had me thinking that they were using the Evil Dead to Evil Dead 2 template for this movie, and that's exactly what they're doing. But Evil Dead 2 actually came out a year later after this film, so that idea didn't fucking work out for me, John. But Leatherface ends up alone with Stretch in the back room, and this is one of the wackadooest fucking scenes in the entire movie, I'm telling you. So in one of those scenes that just feels like it's like someone on the set's fetish, and that's how it made it into the movie, he's got Stretch with her glorious legs, sitting there with her legs spread on top of like an ice bucket trough thing, and Leatherface is like doing this between her legs into the ice, you know, and he's starting to get into it, and she starts going, "Are you good? Are you good?" And you're like, what the fuck is going on? And then you realize that she's trying to seduce Leatherface because she doesn't want her vagina to be ripped in half by a chainsaw. In this super weird scene, he takes his chainsaw and starts slowly, like it's off, but he's like rubbing it slowly up and down her legs. And then you can tell that Leatherface is jizzing in his pants. He literally is like, oh, whoa, whoa. And she goes, oh fuck, because she realizes that as soon as he comes in his little pants that he's gonna have post-cum clarity and go fucking ape shit.
I did not come in my fucking pants. All right, that is a lie. That is a fucking lie. Check the tape.
Oh no.
What happened was I had an uncontrollable butt itch. I had hemorrhoids, okay, and I had an uncontrollable butt itch. You ever get one of them itches you get in your butt and it's so extreme that like you shake? Well, I'm in the middle of a scene. I'm a goddamn professional, okay, at my craft. I ain't gonna break camera. You know, we're already fucking over budget in this piece of hot garbage shit. I ain't gonna stop rolling and then waste film. So what happened, I'm doing the scene, I'm holding the fucking chainsaw, I'm already vibrating a little bit in my butt itch. So I just went, oh shit, it fucking itches so bad I can't stop. I did not come in my fucking pants. That's what it looks like when I come in my pants. Oh fuck, I just did.
She escapes this situation, and ultimately we all end up, both Lefty and Stretch and the Sawyer brothers, we all end up in their fucking Ninja Turtle cave. And this is where the last scene, and really the most stretched out and annoying scene of the entire film, takes place, is in the final act. So we end up where she's hiding down there and she's watching as Leatherface has her co-host. And it's one of the video nastiest, gnarliest, grossest scenes I've ever seen in my life. This is where the gore really amps up in this scene. He takes the co-host and he peels his skin off, like layer by layer. He then peels his face off and he's holding it, doing the jiggles with it. And then he takes it, he finds her, and then puts the bloody, just like fresh, bloody, just ripped off face over top of her head, makes her wear it, and then puts a cowboy hat on her fucking head, and then ties her up, and she's walking around with this dude's face just dangling off her fucking face, wearing a goddamn cowboy hat. And it's just, you're just like, God, what am I doing with my life? As you watch it, what am I doing with my life? But it's so impressive of Tom Savini, the way that he pulled all this off, either way. Meanwhile, you get like 30 minutes of just wasted goddamn Dennis Hopper just running around in circles, just cutting beams. Like, that's it. Like, you have no idea where he is in this gigantic, mazy layer of their house. He's just screaming to himself and cutting down beams and being wasted for like 20 minutes. They redo the entire goddamn dinner table scene from the first movie, as if, you know, anybody wants to go back to that place again, but they try to make it semi-comedic, and it's not funny at all. They bring back the grandpa again. They do the entire scene over again, and it's neither scary nor funny. It's just goddamn cringy and annoying. There's like 20 minutes of Chop Top running around being fucking annoying as shit, screaming, Namland, Namland, like somebody thought this shit was funny and they left it go on and on and on and on, but really it's just cringy and just grates on my fucking nerves to the whole movie. Anyways, I know some people like this, and I'm sorry if you love it. It's just the way I feel about it, the way I react to it personally, is I'd rather set my own goddamn hair on fire than have to ever watch this again. But it does lead to something cool. Dennis Hopper finally gets down those goddamn pipes or whatever, and he has a badass fight with Leatherface one-on-one, and that's a really cool scene. They're fighting with the chainsaws, going fucking full blast. They end up on top of a table. The only thing I'm confused about is Dennis Hopper kills the shit out of Leatherface. I mean, he puts his chainsaw all the way inside of him, goes back and forth multiple times, all up in them guts, and just moves it around. There's no way Leatherface survives this. Underneath the table is Cook. He calls it a "fuck you, Charlie," which I love. He finds a grenade, blows it up, and you assume that both Cook, Leatherface, and Lefty are all dead, as well as Grandpa, probably. So, meanwhile, Stretch has ran away. Chop Top is following her, and it's again the exact same scene as last time, only this time she's climbing up a fucking Grand Canyon mountain from goddamn Mad Max, and he's slicing her in the back and the legs, just like in the original movie. We've done this before. And then she gets up to the top. She finds Grandma's corpse, so we finally see Grandma. There's a machine gun, Kelly. Fucking beard's weird. There's a Texas chainsaw. There's a chainsaw on her lap. She's about to get it. She's trying to get it working. That was a tense scene because Chop Top comes upstairs and he's got that scalpel and he's just laughing and cutting his own throat, which is a pretty fucked up thing to watch someone do. It makes me want to just turn off the goddamn TV and go have some nachos and a Coke in a happy place in a park somewhere. It scenes like this, I'm just like, why am I? What? I don't know why we do it, but we do sometimes. So he's cutting his own fucking throat. He's laughing with the goddamn nasty ass teeth of his. And she eventually chainsaws him. And then she does the entire... and she kind of looks stupid the entire time she's doing it. The camera backs out. She's in the bell tower or whatever the fuck it is. Just doing her best Leatherface impersonation. You know, just doing her shit. And the movie mercifully comes to a fucking close. I gave this a 6.5 the first time I saw it. It is a 3.5 to me. I hate this movie.
You know, I'd also think it's a piece of shit. You know, if you can't say that about your own movie, what movie can you say it about? You know, this ain't no fucking Oscar winner. This is a made in the back of a Kentucky diner piece of hot shit. I'd rather watch reruns of fucking 2.5 Men than... actually, I'd rather just do that anyway. That was a good show. Until they cut off fucking Charlie and they put in Ashton Kutcher. No offense to Ashton Kutcher. I like Punk, but... my point is you just can't replace characters like that and just pretend they fucking die. We got emotional connections. Anyways, y'all get the fuck out of here. Just get the fuck out. I'm upset now and I want a fucking biscuit. Hot buttermilk biscuits. I'm kidding. Y'all have a good fucking day now. Woo!
And like, here's the reason why I hate it. And I know people love it. I'm probably gonna get a lot of shit for this video. Like, Dennis Hopper was cool. Completely fucking wasted. All right. I thought Carolyn Williams did a good job. I liked her character. I at least liked her acting in the movie. I don't think the guy who played Leatherface this time around did a poor job. I think that he had an impossible situation. Gunner, they couldn't get Gunner back because of they weren't going to pay him enough. So they got Bill Johnson to come in, and I don't think he did that bad of a job. He had this thing where he would stop and go, like I don't know where that whole thing came from. It's a completely different Leatherface this time around. The mask, I thought Savini did a great job on the mask. It's not the original mask, because the original mask seemed like it was a real thing. It seemed like the dude really fucking made that out of human skin. This one, you can tell it's a mask, but it doesn't need to look like the last one. You know what I mean? I don't know what the last mask would have looked like in this movie, but I feel like it would have been weird. So it's hard to say there. I would have loved to see what Gunner did with this, but again, I don't think anybody could have saved this. You know, the problem with this movie that gets on my nerves so bad is that they just so badly misjudge what people liked about the first film. I realized that they were out to make a parody, but if you're out to make a parody and make it funny, you don't need to make it so cringeworthy and annoying. Like, the reason those bad guys were so scary is because they were so unabashedly cringy and scary and in your face and fucking annoying and gross that it scared you. Because if the movie had the balls to make these characters so disgusting and so hateable, then the movie would do anything with him. So it scared you as an audience member. And now you've taken these same disgusting people and you've put them on display as entertainment value, like with Chop Top and stuff. And I'm like, it has the complete different effect. Like, use it to make people be scared, but don't use it for entertainment, because now I'm just annoyed. You know what I mean? I'm supposed to fucking enjoy this guy running around screaming like a fucking stupid child. I hated it. I hated it so bad. And just it all seems so just goddamn pointless. And part of the reason I hate it so much is because imagine if they made this movie as a straight up sequel. And I'm cool with, I'm all about people not taking themselves too seriously. Like I'm spend some of my time wearing a latex mask, sticking my tongue through it and going, I don't think everything has to be serious by any means. But to have a sequel to one of the scariest films of all time, I feel like you dented the franchise wholeheartedly with this movie, because imagine if they made this movie and they made it as a straight up sequel and they tried to make it scary and they tried to go, forth with it, where the franchise could be today. And I feel like it would be a lot less confusing and a lot less fucked up. So I think this was a huge franchise misstep. I thought it was really annoying. I thought it's a movie that has a couple cool scenes in it and a couple decent jokes. So I'll give it a 4, but I'll never watch it again. This is the second time I've watched it, and this will be the last time I watch it. So that is my review of Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, and that is the truth, and that's how I feel, and I'm sorry if you don't like it. But I'll tell you this, I'm going to pleasure myself tonight. I mean, what I meant to say was please click subscribe and like, because that shit really helps the video. And we'll be back with reviews of the entire franchise. I've never seen the next one, so that one's going to be fun. Leatherface or Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3. I always get those confused. Not the one with Matthew McConaughey in it, but the one with Viggo Mortensen in it. So I'm excited to see where we go and how Leatherface is alive. At least we're getting back to some horror roots here. And, just enough of the giblets. Love your fucking faces, guys. Thanks for everything you all do. I really appreciate you guys taking the time to watch these, and we'll see you soon. Fuck you, Charlie.